hey.
Don't take my line. He's going to do this every time, and then I lose it.
I'm going to do the Wayne's World. 5, 4.
Hey, listeners. Welcome to a very special episode of Coffee, Cable, and Curveballs.
Except it's cables, coffee, and curveballs, but I will just jump right in there and get you on track, kiddo.
You.
I love you, George.
We are coming to you live from InfoComm, and we have a very special guest with us today, the Hall of Famer himself, Sir Donnie Merritt of UCF.
Round of applause,
Donnie.
round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Excited to be on the show. So hit me.
Awesome. We hear you're being inducted into Cooperstown sometime soon, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dream big, right? Dream big.
Fair. I think that's where we're starting, right? We're at the inaugural Higher Ed AV Awards on Monday night when we got here, and congratulations on being inducted to the Hall of Fame, one of the first six inducted.
Yeah. A shout out to ETC because we had a lot of ETC members on that.
Yes, we did.
Shout out.
Donnie himself, Gina, Daryl,
Willie,
Willie, the OG member, Ryan as well. Yes. But yeah, it was a great start. It was a great start to this event. And Donnie, what did you think about the event so far? I know it's day one. It's only a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually talking to folks about this before I came in. It's nice to have the show back and feel like the show is back.
Yeah.
When you walked in the door today, it's like, yeah, all right, InfoComm's back.
Yeah.
It's quite the wild ride. So, getting to see everybody on Monday, coming here on Wednesday. We've had some tours going at UCF the past couple of days. It just feels like the AV team is back together, you know?
Yeah, back in person, and it just feels busy. It feels full. Like,
We were trying to get to a demo to get out of the show floor. We had to plow through. Like George was leading the way, like a snowplow on a
bulldoze anyway.
Yeah, he was bulldozing through there. We had it's good to see. I haven't been here in a few years, so I'm stoked to be back. And this is the energy is just crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and there's so many new people here too.
Yeah.
Like you usually walk around and you see a lot of familiar faces.
Right.
And I've seen a few of those, but holy cow, there's a lot of new people here too.
Yeah. And I think this really started at IC this year, where it became this whole social media monster. And it looks like this is what InfoComm has become as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're just as guilty for doing this.
Yeah. AV tweets.
Rich has been
AV
tweeting like a man.
BaldAVGuys. InfoComm23.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey. BaldAVGuys are trending.
Are we?
Yeah,
congratulations.
Trending.
Good job. I've made one post so far.
Yeah, George is. I got him into social media a little bit. He's learning.
It took me about 17 minutes to make one post.
Yeah. Then he was like, "Rich, you're doing the rest." But here we are.
One post at a time.
Yeah.
You get there.
All good. One tweet at a time, kid.
So Donnie, let me ask you this, right? Let's come back to the show.
Yeah.
What number show would you say this is for you?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it's easy being here in Orlando, so we've been coming for a long time. This is probably show number 7 or 8, if not more than that.
Awesome.
So definitely been coming since the O's.
So
cool.
What is your opinion? What have you seen change on the show floor, on the tech, and then obviously in our ed tech side?
So, well, obviously the closer integration of AV and IT over the years. I mean, you can't get away from IT now. We are just part of it. Yeah. So that's one of the biggest things for me. I think, though, one of the things I'm looking forward to discovering this time around is how much the past 2 years continue to impact the whole vertical, right? So we're seeing a lot of the consumerization of the things that we do. People come into our spaces, they want things to work like they've been using them at home for the past few years.
Right.
So it's the improvement of the user interfaces, the user experience. I think that's what has me most excited. I'm looking forward to seeing not only what some of the established players are doing, but what some of the new players are doing too.
Right.
And there are a lot of new players on the floor of the show.
There are. There really are. I mean, we were just walking the floor on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We were here.
We got a little sneak peek. Don't tell anybody.
Sneak peek. And it was the preparation leading to today.
Yeah. Kudos.
You wouldn't believe
kudos to
what happens.
Kudos to all the crews that put all this together, because I've been here again like 5 or 6 times, but I've never seen that, and that was just an indirect that we were here for an interview and we came off the show. I was like, this is insane. And then we're here today and it's like carpet everywhere. It looks beautiful. Everybody has their booth up. I don't know how they do it, man.
Forklifts are gone. The crates are gone.
Yeah, this guy had us walking out the loading dock at some point. So we saw every inch of this place before the show floor even opened.
I want to make sure we see
security that
full experience.
Yeah. But
we saw a demo of the Hudley crew just before. Just to go back to what you said, everything's over the network. Even that's over the network. You could put 3 cameras on, you put that on the network. as I say that, I feel like my network guy is freaking out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Rightfully so, too. But
is he a podcast listener?
I hope not. I just want to take names.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll edit that out.
Yeah.
But, it's but rightfully so, though. Let's be honest, right? We're putting 4K video on the network.
Yeah.
That's not easy. That's a lot of bandwidth that we're consuming.
Well, and there's more and more demand for it, too. I mean, look at if you've got medical on your campus or wherever you're working, you're moving simulation and, all of the kind of 3D and virtual environment stuff moving back and forth. It's just growing exponentially. And, that's we're going to have to adapt to that. And I'm not sure, especially with, all of the issues everyone's had sourcing things over the past couple of years. I think our network folks have a big challenge in front of them, too.
For sure.
They have some catching up to do, as do we. So it's going to be a wild ride for the next few years.
We got I mean, that marriage needs to happen smoother at some point. More conversations will happen. We'll get there. We definitely will get there.
I am seeing improvements. I will say that, especially over the past couple of years. The attitudes are definitely starting to change. Not only from the ground floor, but also from the manufacturers too. The networking folks realize there's a lot more people playing in their environment. They've got to adjust to that.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, right? I did NVX on our network back when it came out. Was that 5 or 6 years ago? I took the entire network down.
In
a matter of seconds. Right, so I'm just as much at fault for trying this stuff.
Our network folks were terrified when we started rolling this out. We took one of them to training with us on the NVX. They were like, "Oh boy, we just planned to do." So we did it in a small one building first, so it wouldn't take everything else down.
Yeah.
But it's going to take us a while before we can roll it out because you've got to bring the network up to be able to support that, and that's it's a big footprint to cover.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into my favorite topic.
Do it.
All right. So we talked about networking. We talked about HyFlex.
Talk about coffee?
Well, we'll talk about coffee in a minute. But let's talk about HyFlex. I want to hear Donnie's take on HyFlex.
All right, let's hear it.
So Donnie, I want to take I was trying to get Donnie's opinion on HyFlex. And I am well past HyFlex. I'm ready to move fast. I'm ready to go into the next phase.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on HyFlex?
So, funny story. When I first started at UCF 20 years ago, I was the coordinator for interactive TV, instructional TV, ITV, whatever flavor you wanted to call it. Essentially, HyFlex is going back to that same iteration 20 years ago. And even longer than that, almost 30 years ago as an undergrad, I was doing that kind of thing all across microwave for my undergrad. It's new and it's not new. What's new is the technology. But what I keep running into when we talk to faculty about the challenges they have is that it's the same problems over and over again. You forget there are not students sitting in front of you.
Right.
So from the faculty point of view, it's all of this trying to manage not only what's in front of you, but this extra, these extra connections out there and making sure that it's an engaging experience for everybody. From the technology side of the point of view, this is the easiest implementation ever.
Right.
But I think from the people wrapping their head around it, it's even harder because you're juggling so many other things right now. I think there's value in it, but I don't think it's going to be value everywhere. And I think we're still, I kind of made this comment to somebody the other day too. If you're familiar with the Gartner hype cycle sort of stuff, we've not hit the plateau yet.
Right.
We are still trying to figure out where the things are going to work and where they're not.
Right.
So we're still in this gray area. The pendulum's going to swing back and forth a few times before we settle on something. It hasn't stopped yet. So I'll see where it lands. I don't think it'll be everywhere, but I do think there will be some places where it works really well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a multi-campus institution, so I see where it could be used.
Yeah.
Cross campus, merge classes, whatever. You don't need to cancel a class because there's only four students registered in New York City. You can, do that sort of stuff. But to say that HyFlex or hybrid is the way of the future, I'm way past that. I don't know if.
Well, and it's what I see happening across the board is a lot of folks using kind of the new way we're doing connectivity to try to do things the old way.
Right.
So they're just trying to put a new spin on what we've been trying to do for 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
I think we got to find a new way to use it. So HyFlex, I think as a concept is okay, but we've not found the right implementation for it yet.
It's like my analogy for that is 3D TV. Every time we run out of something new to come out,
it's 3D.
We come back in 3D TV. Right? It's the same thing in different packaging.
Yeah, I describe myself as a technologist, but not a technophile. Right. So I like tech, but tech's not always the first thing I go to. The first thing I want to know is, what do you want to do? What are you trying to accomplish? And let's work from there. Buying this piece of equipment is not going to solve your problem if you don't know what your problem is in the first place.
So you're saying your house is not set up with all kinds of AV
it
and
not.
automated systems.
So that has been a home conversation. I was like, we have a robot vacuum, and it is not a popular piece of equipment in the house. So automation is not one of the first things we do at home.
Yeah,
and that's not always me. It's all the other half's like, it better work.
Yep.
Well, I can't guarantee that.
Yep.
You better not put it in the house.
I'm with you. I still have remote controls.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking of technology, this is a slight pivot, but since you talked about it,
I'm coffee.
I'm coffee to drink. What is your favorite piece of technology? And this could be personal, it could be in your professional life, that you can't live without.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I think the obvious answer is my phone.
Right.
Just because so much of your life is wrapped up in it now.
Yeah.
Though there are times when I wish I could live without my phone.
Same. I agree. I'm with you on that. Yeah.
There's so much that's there, but I make the joke. My husband's always like, I delete Teams and Outlook whenever we go on vacation.
Me too.
Yes, me too. He's like, why do you do that? Just ignore it. It's like, I can't ignore it. It's reflex.
Yeah.
If I'm there, I'm reflexively going to open it up, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
he makes fun of me for that.
I know. I get made fun of too, but it's
unbelievable,
man. It's a thing.
If I delete, I would. Oh my God.
He would never reinstall it. He'd be like, "Hey, it's a really slow day at work today. Nobody sends me any emails or any work."
I have legitimate FOMO. Like, what am I walking into Monday morning? Like, I'd be freaking out.
Well, now, in all fairness, like if we fly somewhere, I'm downloading it before we get on the plane, so I can see what I'm walking back into.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, vacation's over at that point.
Yeah, the night before you're going back, that kind of thing. But I don't want to be. You're right. That natural human instinct just to swipe into your Outlook or your Zoom or your Teams. We can't, especially as like tech people, I feel like I can never disconnect unless I actually delete the app.
You're a tech person? I don't know.
Sometimes. I play one on TV.
Yeah. Well, and it's because it all becomes such a habit. We don't realize it's a habit unless we try to break it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We should ask the one that goes right with it because his answer was the phone.
What's that?
If you could invent a new app. If you could invent a new app, what would it be?
And why?
Oh, that's a good question. I do not know the answer to that question.
Yeah, I just read it and I was like, what would it be for me? And I was like, I have no clue.
I think because you can find so much out there right now. Like there's not, I don't see a lot of gaps out there.
Yeah.
At least for the experience that I want to have on the phone. There might be some things I want to do, but I don't want to do it on the phone.
Right? Maybe an app that you could delete your email, but still if it's pressing, somehow pulls it up.
Artificial intelligence knows that you have to get that email and it finds you.
Yeah, so your away message, instead of an away message, it's away AI.
Hey-o.
Some of the emails for you.
Look at that.
There we go. I kind of like that idea.
Did we just become million?
Maybe.
$1 million idea.
There we go.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What time is it? Sorry. You can cut this, but we have a couple more minutes, right?
Yeah. I mean,
where are you going with this? No, where are you going to go with this next?
I'm along for the ride.
What's that?
I'm along for the ride.
All right. So in that case, let's talk about streaming season.
We have a segment. Season, yes.
We have a segment on our show that's called Streaming Season.
Yeah.
Because Rich tries to be like the cool kids.
I try to be the cool kids.
Hip lingo.
Yeah, I try to be hip. Say things like Fleek and George gets really upset. I like doing it on podcasts. If I talk like that in front of my kids, they'd be like, Dad, what? My wife would actually be really upset with me too. She'd be like, what are you doing?
So
you're almost 40. Almost 40.
Almost 40.
Children.
Yeah.
But for us normal people, what are you watching these days?
Yeah.
So, full admission, I do not watch a whole lot of new stuff. I find myself going back and watching the old stuff.
That's fair.
We just finished Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I enjoyed more than I thought I was going to.
Me too.
I still haven't watched it. I haven't watched it yet.
Season 2's coming too. They already said it.
Yeah,
so I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
They're going dark on season 2 as well. So no romance. They're all in on the horror. So that should be interesting.
So now interesting.
It was good. It was good. It was worth it.
But when I sit down and watch something streaming, it's usually some old school stuff.
Okay.
I can't get enough Futurama.
I'm
a Futurama fan. Hardcore. So I actually, and they're coming out with a new season this summer too. So I'm excited to see that.
Nice.
I'm also on that train. I like watching my Friends, and I like watching my King of Queens.
Yeah.
So full disclosure, and I get a lot of
I get a lot
of negative.
You're
not a Friends fan.
He's not a Friends fan.
I'm not a Friends fan.
Ooh, all right. Well,
that was my coming to
thanks
America
for coming on the podcast.
Really?
But no,
Okay, all right.
I fall asleep to Friends every single night, 7 days a week.
Really?
Yeah, without fail.
All right.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
is why we get along.
Yeah. This is my Joey Tribbiani right here.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was my coming to America moment. I started watching Friends when we were in India, and we came here, and that was just
Yeah.
America.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fair.
I get it, and I understand why people like it. It's just one of those. It just never clicked.
Yeah.
The first season was okay, and I never watched anything after that.
Yeah,
It's fair.
that's fair.
It's respectable.
Yeah.
Are you
I mean, I
Seinfeld?
disagree,
Seinfeld?
Not a sign.
Yeah, Seinfeld's not for everybody either.
Yeah. King of Queens, my wife hates it. She's like, "Why do you keep watching this?"
I've seen a few episodes, but it wasn't one of my regulars.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Kevin James, now
yeah.
fellow bald AV guy. Or
Yeah.
fellow bald
Is he
guy,
bald?
sorry.
He's bald,
Yeah,
you're
he
right.
said
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah.
He is.
I find that show hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
know why.
Me
Fair
too.
enough.
My wife's like, "Can you turn it off, please?"
We watched more Everybody Loves Raymond than we
Yeah.
did King
Oh,
of
that's
Queens.
Good
that's
show.
a great show as well.
Fresh Prince was another one for me.
The brother,
okay.
Yeah.
what's his name? The brother on
Uh,
everyone's
Oh,
Robert.
Robert.
Yes, Robert.
He's
Yeah.
definitely my favorite character from that
Yes.
show,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Speaking of bald guys, this is our new question.
Yes.
Who would be your top
Oh yeah.
bald guy? Actually, hold on. Let me make sure I read it right. Sexiest bald guy alive, George and Rich excluded, of course.
Oh,
Of
of
course.
course.
If you had to pick one bald guy, movie star,
Oh.
music star,
There's one right answer for Richard.
man, there's one right answer for us. If you get it right, we will bring swag like we were supposed to tomorrow and give it out.
I do not know, gentlemen. I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously the two in front of me, but those have been excluded.
Yeah,
so-
we can. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the most
present company,
obvious.
present
Oh,
company
well, I mean,
excluded.
Joe A. Does Joe A?
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
No, I don't know. I'd have to give that with some thought. I mean, there's a whole lot to pick from out
Yeah.
there. How can you just pick one?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
fair.
we could pick one.
We can pick one.
Well, who is it?
Bruce Willis.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is hands down my
Yeah.
number one. I think two we differ a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know who two is.
I'm a
but-
Statham guy, but
Yeah, actually, probably me too. Yeah. They're-
Or what's his name? The guy from Speed. Not Speed.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah.
Funny
Vin
story.
Diesel.
He is the reason I started shaving my head in my 20s. I read an
Oh.
article about how he said you either have to embrace it or otherwise, you can't go in between. There's no gray area. You either go all in or not.
Yeah.
So
Rich Miller is
I
the
went
reason
all-
I embraced it.
I went all in.
Well,
Yeah,
there you
here we
go.
are.
There you go.
If he could do it, I could do it.
There we
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I didn't have a choice. Just kind of fell off.
Fair.
Well,
Fair.
I'm on the way, so I'll catch up to you guys one day.
Well,
Oh, man.
Donnie, thank you so much
Of
for
course.
Yes, we appreciate you
joining us
joining
for
us.
the show.
This was fun.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been always a blast to hang out with you guys.
Thank you so much, and we're definitely going to get you on the show as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
on a regular full 1 hour episode,
Yeah.
and have a lot more fun
I
conversations
was
with
going
you.
to say, can you handle me for an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the question.
We actually do script things out. Like, we'll give you some stuff in advance. Where this
Stop
was,
lying
this was kind
to
of
the
fun.
audience.
This was kind of fun to go. No, this was fun to go a little ad hoc. Just go with the flow, and I think this was fun. Got to
Yeah,
do a
no,
little bit of
this
everything.
was great. This was
So,
great.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
no,
appreciate
thanks.
you joining us.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, guys. It's been
Awesome.
a pleasure.
And
Awesome.
in 2 weeks, you'll see a much more kosher version of me on the ETC meeting.
Yes, you will.
Mr.
I'll be
Mr.
hand-
President
I was
elect.
going to say, I will be handing over the gavel.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't even
honestly,
mentioned that.
Honestly, it's the most I'm excited about the
Yeah.
entire thing.
Yeah,
Are you?
yeah,
Is getting the gavel.
Yeah, it is nice to kind of swing that thing around.
Oh boy, you better have a
Put it on the
backup one.
desk.
You
Yeah.
better have a backup one. Oh, I thought he was close. You better have a backup one because this guy loses everything. True story.
Yeah.
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 We bought a lotto ticket yesterday. 30 seconds later, where's the lotto ticket?
And he was the winner, too, man.
Well,
Come on.
No, I
Wow.
found it. It was my bag. We
Yeah,
had
we
to
found
check
it. We
it.
found it. We found it.
Now that I found it, it probably isn't. But
Awesome. All right.
Donnie, thank you
Thank
so
you so much.
much.
Appreciate you
And,
having me.
and we'll see you around. We'll definitely try to come take a tour of campus. And yes, I'm still recording. Thank God.
And take care.
And take care.
Classic George sign off. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, Dan. Thank you so much, sir.